All right, people, I'm going to go over to Second Peter chapter 2. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there should be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. So if these false teachers and false prophets are going to be bringing upon themselves swift destruction, do you want to be around when that swift destruction hits them? Ask yourself that question. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to reserve unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah. Now think about the story of Noah. What did he do? Pull Noah away from the world. Do you ever feel like that sometimes? That God is drawing you away from everybody? Accept it. The biggest battle I see with believers is this. I'm bored. I'm bored. I just want to do something. I can't even hang around my friend. I'm so bored, man. The Christian lifestyle is so boring. And the enemy is going to try to get you back out there because you're bored. You at home, you're doing what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying you're reading the Bible 24/7, but you're studying. You got your comfort zone. Not comfort zone, but you're comfortable. You're feeling good. The word is growing in you. But then you're bored. But I talk about this, people. Make your home one of the funnest places you ever want to be. Build your home around things you like that line up with the word of God. That's what I'm saying. They ain't saying your house supposed to be a fun house with a stripper pole in there. As a Christian, how that look? People come in my house and I got a stripper pole right there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Make your house a place that you love to go. Like people be like, I can't wait to go to church. Be like, I can't wait to go home because your home is the first church you're going to have. You're going to spend more time at home than the church building. So it's time to start growing your house as a church. And if nobody don't want to build with you on that foundation, let them go. Noah did. He preached to them, but they wouldn't listen. So he left them. It is what it is. Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah to ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly, and deliver just light, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. You see, God knows who his people when they got light. A lot of times he's coming to get a lot of y'all and pull y'all away from the flames into his marvelous light. But he's telling you all these things throughout this Bible to look out for, and you're not taking heed to them. Maybe it's traditional. Maybe some of your close friends indulge in the dark arts or whatever. You understand? Don't be a part of it. For that righteous man dwelling among them and seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. I bet you Lot stayed in the house a lot. I bet he got out the house to get what he needed for his food and things like that. He went straight back home. We can learn a lot from reading this Bible. But the devil, the prince of this world, don't want you to be at home. He wants you to feel like you're bored. I'd rather be bored and save my soul. You see, I don't think people learn nothing from the COVID-19 test. COVID-19 made people enjoy their homes. But you know what? Probably a lot of homes failed during the COVID-19 because some people don't like to be at home. They don't. They didn't take their time to bond with their family or nothing. They just soon as the curfew and everything was lifted, they was running right back into the streets. Now you can't even keep them at home. I'm just being real with y'all people. If y'all ain't seeing the signs, I don't know what it's going to take. He said, be not friends with the world. He don't want you to be a part of this world and the things that's going on out there. You see, if you stay home, well, God has provided you a shelter and a roof. Guess what? He's going to grow you, and you keep seeking him. He's going to grow you. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations. Did you hear that? The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of the temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh, in the lust of uncleanness, and despise government. Presumptuous are they, self-willed, they are not afraid to speak evil of dignities, whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not a railing accusation against them before the Lord. But these are natural brute beasts, make to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things that they understand not. Think about everybody that's to making fun of the presidents and stuff. I'm a spiritual person. Can I tell y'all a true story? I dreamed that Donald Trump was being inaugurated before he was inaugurated. And I told somebody about it. And I remember having a dream and gospel music was playing in the background. You know when he got inaugurated, that's exactly what happened. And people swear Donald Trump is evil. Wow. Some people have horrible discernment. Because the world tell you he racist. Because he's trying to live a life pleasing to the Lord. One dude asked me a question, why is Donald Trump being Christian all of a sudden? Maybe the Lord is reaching out to him. Maybe it's not a front. Maybe it's the real deal. If he's trying to learn the doctrine, accept it. I didn't see Barack Obama spreading this doctrine ever. Talking about God. But the thing is, he put it got in place for a reason too. It's okay. Just like in the Old Testament, this king came. He did evil in the sight of the Lord. Then another king came and he did right in the sight of the Lord. Now think about all those people when they had a certain king that did evil in the sight of the Lord. He had a following. He had a following. The evil king had a following too. And then I guarantee you, when that evil king was replaced with a righteous king, a man that did good in the sight of the Lord, they hated him. Oh, I'm telling you something right now. You think everybody just jumped on ship? No. They hated him. It's not written in there, but look at your word, the world we live in right now. We can get a good, let's say if you've been having a horrible boss that do evil and wicked things all the time, and then they finally hire somebody that's going to do the right thing and bring upon change. A lot of people are going to hate them. They've been living in deceit. It's the truth. But these are natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. All shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they that count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Oh, you want to stay running the streets, huh? Spots they are, and blemishes, spotted themselves with their own deceivings, while they feast with you, having eyes full of what? Adultery. And they cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, and hearts they have exercised with covetous practice, cursed children, which have forsaken the right way and are gone astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Bashor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumb ass, speaking with man's voice, forbade the madness of the prophet. These are wells without water, clouds that are carried away with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. What he said? For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they are lured through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness. Those that were clean escape from them who live in error. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought into bondage. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, they are again entangled in and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. But it has happened unto them, according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the soul that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. That Bible tells you so much, people. Riotous in the daytime. If you pay attention, he's like, they having eyes full of adultery while they feast with you. You got to watch these folks. Use your discernment. You know why I don't like going to people's houses all the time? Because I see everything the Bible talks about. Deceitfulness, whispering, pointing, all types of things. I be like, good Lord. You know, when I go home, I got to worry about none of that. I love my home. For the past few years, I've been bouncing from hotel to hotel. I was stable in the house. Didn't work out too well. God put me in my own. You know, a lot of times God puts you in your own spot. Why? So you can change. So he can work on you. Abraham, leave from your family. Moses, leave from Pharaoh and grow your own family. And then after you got your family together, now you're finna work for me. You see, he took him away from the children of Israel and from the Pharaoh and the children of Egypt. He didn't just take Moses from Egypt. He took him from all of them for 40 years. Grew him up. Builded him. Abraham never went back to to error. What's the problem with a lot of people these days is the devil is calling them back. I've been there, done that, people. A few years ago, I remember I came back. I drink now, but let me tell you the story. I came back to Mobile. I wasn't drinking at all. But I was depressed. I was going through a divorce. And I was slacking up, you know. And I remember somebody telling me, like, we're going to have you just like us. And no matter months, I was just like them. Doing the exact same thing. Rising early, getting drunk, drinking. Man, come on, man. You see how some people want to draw you back in? I'm not saying I don't drink early. Sometimes I do. On the weekend, after I had a prosperous day of week at work, I just want to relax and have me a few drinks. I do that from my home. You know, when I preach the gospel, I preach it accurately. The Bible says pastors don't supposed to drink. It's when he told the elect lady, drink a little wine for your often infirmities. You know, you got preachers out there because they can't drink, telling the whole congregation they can't. I understand the concept because most people are like, well, some people get addicted to it. But if you got God, you know God balances you out. You know, some people drink. But some people drink as soon as they get up. They got to have a beer. They got to have a joint or something. They got to have something before they leave the house. That's addiction. It's a difference. There's people that drink responsible. Are they evil? Are they drinking responsibly? For all you church leaders out there that swear everybody that ain't doing what you doing is evil? No, you sound like the Pharisees. I'm glad I'm not like the rest of them. I'm just like the rest of them, but different. Jesus was just like the rest of them, but different. Sat with sinners. A glutton, they say. A wine bibber. But he wasn't like them. He wasn't like the sinners that he sat with. He was sin free, but he drank wine. He was a preacher of righteousness. You know what you're supposed to do as a Christian? Teach other people how to walk. You see, what most people think is, he said to the defiled, everything is defiled. Everything they eat, everything they do, everything is evil. But it's just those of faith who walk by faith, nothing is. But when you start understanding the Bible, when Jesus tells you it's not what goes into your mouth that defile you, but what comes out of your heart, which is evil, adulteries, lust, all these things come from within. You can't blame it on the alcohol forever. You need a change in your life, a radical change. And the only person who can bring that radical change is Jesus Christ. He wants you to be responsible. What normal addiction does, it makes you irresponsible. You don't pay your bills. You don't buy food for your house because you're chasing that high. Or whatever it is. Or you spend all your money on clothes, it don't matter. Or you eating all the time. Gluttony is a sin too. Sometimes I think I'm a glutton because I don't lose weight. I don't even eat a lot. And I think about Jesus, how they call him a glutton. I don't think he was skinny. I don't think he was skinny at all. Nobody ever walked around calling a skinny man a glutton. Even if they did eat a lot. What did they say? You got a high metabolism. You still eating too much. There's a lot of people that are nice sizes, healthy looking. And people call them fat because they're healthy. One thing I gotta realize about old school people, right? My aunts and aunties. You go around them skinny. They're like, you need to eat something. They see something. And then you be healthy, they're like, you look good. You ain't all ripped up. But you look good, you look healthy. That's the world trying to tell you that skinny is better. Everybody ain't gonna be skinny. That's the world trying to model people after a certain way. Some people are obese because their genes got nothing to do with them eating a lot. But that's the common misconception of a lot of things. You see one person with this, or he'll drunk. Well, I bought this yesterday. Look how much gone. I'm doing wrong in the eyes of the Lord. Please. I don't care what you say. I read my Bible. I know what's allowed and what's not. I fight with sin all the time, but it's not what you think. But that's why the doctrine is so important. That's why letting people in your house, in your circle, that hold true to this doctrine. We know you got to go to work. But you got to keep company with co-workers that go against your understanding of the Bible. You don't. That's what you want. You know what? You'll be surprised when you start dissing yourself from everyone, how people want to draw you back. I remember one of my cousins told me, and to this day she still drinks heavily, and she still parties every day. If you want to go party, all you got to do is show up. There's something going on every day there. You understand? But she told me out her own mouth, she's like, don't be like us. At first I was trying to understand what that means. I don't know if she was talking in the spirit or drunk or whatever. It don't matter. It came out and it was truthful. Like, don't be like this. We've been doing this same thing for years. And I took that and ran with it. So when I got on my own, I get invited to many parties and many gatherings, but I say no to many. Not because I feel like I'm better, because I know what's out there. Because I'm asking the Lord to lead me away from temptation, not draw me to it. That's what's wrong. Like I said, a lot of people get bored, so they get drawn back into the ways of the world. Let me pause and I will continue.